reminder to disclose. So I own the stock. I can buy it, sell at any time, just so you guys know. It's one of our bigger positions. So my name is Krug. I run Chatham Harbor Capital, and the company I'm going to pitch today is Exel Composites. All right, so the materials contained here, and I'm just kidding, I'm not going to read through this. All right, so Chatham Harbor Capital, I founded in 2017. We focus on small and microcap companies globally. 50 to 80 names in the book. Low multiple, out of favor industries is what we look for. So basically whatever no one else is buying, that's what I like to buy. I like turnaround situations, companies that look like they're about to go bankrupt, but they're not. We like companies that used to be large, so think a $1 billion or $2 billion market cap that is now down 80 or 90%. So it's $100 or $200 million market cap now, with margins compressed and multiples compressed. So buying on trough earnings, trough multiples, and I think that's an easier way to invest versus buying small companies that are growing because you don't really know if it's going to work or not. When you see it happen before, it's a higher likelihood that it works. We hold for 1 to 5 years. I think what sort of sets us apart is I talk to 2,000 or 3,000 management teams a year. So I look at all industries, all market caps, and I'm on the board of a public company, Greenwich Generation. So what does Exel Composites do? They focus on continuous manufacturing methods in composites, pulstration, and pole winding. What is pulstration and pole winding? The main manufacturing technology is pulstration, where resin impregnated fibers are pulled through a mold and hardened with heat to cut a specified length or wound on a roll. Other manufacturing methods include pole winding and continuous lamination. Production efficiency is high due to continuous production and high volume production. What this means is that it's a value add sort of manufacturer for composites. So it's not a commodity manufacturing company. They do something a little bit different. They do custom projects for companies and do use custom materials and stuff like that. Examples are turbines, wind turbines, sort of side panels on buses. Building and infrastructure, so think composite windows and door frames, and tubes. So you can think tailpipes, anything carbon fiber. Next one. All right, how did the company get in this situation? So this is a typical company I like. It's down 95%. It's an absolute disaster. So what happened was, it's a classic European company. And for the guys in here that invest in Europe, you know they love their dividends. And they put themselves in a very, very bad situation when they are constantly raising dividends, especially when you're paying over 100% of your cash flow in dividends and using debt to fund it. So they really messed things up, and they were paying out, I think, 120% of their free cash flow in dividend. That was the old management team. There was a controlling shareholder, or there still is, but I think they learned their lesson. And they had to do a rights offering because it's hard to raise money in Finland. They did a rights offering with current shareholders. I think it was a 7-for-1 rights offering, so the stock is down 95% or 90% or something like that. Oh yeah, and they cut their dividend to zero. So that's kind of obvious at this point. Valuation, here's my model. For 2025, street estimates are $105 million in revenue, $10.4 million in EBITDA, $4.5 million in EBIT, $38 million market cap, about $20 million in net debt, and the EV is about $57.5 million. Growth. So the reason why I like companies that used to be big that turn small is there are easier ways to get back to the margins they used to have before. So this company, on the left, that's 2023. They had 120 production lines at 40% utilization. One way to fix that is to shut down some of your production lines, and magically margins go higher. So now they have 90 production lines, and capacity utilization is, I think it's closer to 70%. That was a 2024 number, I believe, and it's a little bit better from that now because EBIT is $4.5 million. And you can see sort of what happens with the operating leverage. As you get more contracts, more utilization, there's gigantic operating leverage to, if you get to 85% utilization going 24/7, $24 to $28 million in EBIT on a $38 million market cap. Actually, it's a little bit lower now because of our tariff problem. Growth continued. This is just sort of to show that it's a easier way to get back to where they were before, rather than listening to a company just sort of pitch you on how they're going to be the greatest thing ever. And these guys have a plan to turn around the company. Their goal is by the end of 2027, so into 2028, to have $200 million in revenue on adjusted EBIT margins of 10% and less than 3 times net debt to EBITDA. Right now, net debt to EBITDA is 1.8 times or something like that. So, okay, why Finland? I don't know if people here invest in the Nordic countries. I think it's a great place to invest, but they all have their own character. Sweden is known for growth. A lot of good tech companies in Sweden, also roll-ups. And the management teams are pretty honest for the most part. They're pretty conservative. They don't come out and pitch you bullshit. They're pretty good. Norway, they're a little bit more storytellers, but you can find some pretty cheap stocks there. In Norway, you can find oil and gas companies with dividend yields like 20 to 35% with contractual revenue. So it's pretty interesting there. Finland is interesting because there are a lot of high quality companies in Finland with very conservative management teams. The Finnish are very conservative people by nature. And there's a little added upside here. I'm not banking on this, but the situation in Finland right now is a lot of Finnish companies had exposure to Russia. And then I think everyone is aware that the Russian-Ukraine war is going on. So if that ends, the Finnish economy is really beaten up right now. And if that ends, then it should be a little bit of a spark to the Finnish economy, which will help this since it's a manufacturing company in Finland. Conclusion, global uncertainty has risen. So I own 50 or 80 names in my book, so I'm obviously wrong a lot. So anything can happen. And it's a manufacturing company, and I think if anyone has an opinion on what's going to happen with tariffs, then they're kind of lying to you. So who knows what's going to happen. So that is a risk. That being said, I do think that Excel can probably get $24 to $28 million in EBIT in 4 years, so 2029, which is a year past what they said. Even if they got $15 million, I sort of walked through the model before with it's just operating leverage, and shutting down more production lines adds to more operating leverage as well. And so if it trades at 8 times EV to EBITDA, that gets you 5 to 7x in 4 years. But don't trust me. I could be 100% wrong. So, thank you.